Hey, good morning. It's the Big JB, Morning Thunder on Tuesday. It's December. That's awesome. I love that. So I have put up some Christmas lights this weekend, and I'm going to end up taking them down because I can never remember how we put lights up, and I don't think I've got them in the right order. I don't remember how we did it. So what I decided to do this year is I'm going to make a plan. And it sounds like such an anal thing to do. It makes me feel a bit like an old man. But I don't remember how we do it most of the time. I mean, I know the general theme. And we use the usually the big bulbs that are multicolored, not clear, mind you. I don't like the clear ones. And we run some across the top of our roof, and then we run some around the roof of our garage, and around some of the windows. We used to have white chaser lights that we put around the garage, but we don't have those anymore. It got so frustrating trying to figure out where the lines were pinched and replacing the bulbs and all that other crap. We just got rid of it. So I know the general theme of what we do for our house. The problem is I don't remember which bulbs go where, because we have a whole bunch of the big solid colored multicolored lights, and then we have some of the smaller ones, not the real thin, tapered ones that like you would find in chasing lights. It's kind of between the size of the big ones and the very little ones, and I love them. I think they're awesome. And I think last year we put those ones across the roof, the top, but I can't remember. So this year what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure how long it is across the top of the house where we put the lights and around the garage, and then I'm going to take the strands and I'm going to measure how long each of them are, and I'm going to make a plan. And I'm going to use little bread ties, the little plastic ones. They make great labels for cords, and if you have like a power supply that you have a whole bunch of devices plugged into, like most people do, so like our Wii and the DVD player and the TV and something else, I can't remember what else is plugged in there. Oh, our router and our modem, all those things kind of go on the same power strip. You can use those little bread ties and label each one down on the plug, so that you know which is which. You don't accidentally unplug one of the ones that you actually need. So that's what I'm going to do this year, is I'm going to label each one, and then I'm going to make a chart. Not a chart, but I'm going to make instructions. I'm nerding it up big time because I'm going to do it in Excel. And I'm going to say, which light strand is, numbered, where it plugs in, which part of the house it goes on. So, like I said, nerding it up big time. However, it's awfully helpful to have that done so that I know how it's going to be done every year. I don't have to stand outside and go, where did we put these last year? And what was the other thing? Oh, I tested all of them, so I know that all the strands work. So I did that with my kids on Saturday while it was still dry. So the other thing that happened this weekend, we went to, our city has a tree lighting ceremony. We have there used to be this really big pine tree in between two of the stores. And they used to decorate it every year and do this. I don't know that they did a tree lighting ceremony. They might have. This was the first year that we heard about it, but I'm sure that they did it before. So because of the development that's been happening around there, they put in a Costco and a few other things. So they put in an extra road and a roundabout. So they took out the original tree, and the roundabout was dedicated to a council member of the city who loved the city and who loved families and loved trees. So they planted a new tree, named the roundabout after him in memorial, and so they have a tree lighting ceremony there now. So we were talking about it. One of our neighbors asked if we were going to go or if they could take the girls, our two youngest girls, and I said, well, sure. That would be probably be fine. And then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, that would be really cool to go as a family to see that, support our community, support our city. And so on Saturday we looked up kind of what time it was going to start and how it was, what the plan was. And it started at 5 and it went for about an hour, and they were going to have cocoa and cider and popcorn and cookies and sing carols. And it turns out that they actually had a bell choir that came, which was really cool to watch. This guy who was in the back row of the bell choir, he was playing all the really big bells, and he was hilarious to watch. I wonder if they actually were missing a person that night, because he looked like he was panicking, trying to figure out. He had like 5 different size bells that he had to ring. So anyway, we look up on the website before we went all the information about what the event was going to be like. And we saw a notice on the front page of the city's website that despite of attempted vandalism, that the tree lighting ceremony was going to continue. So I looked at the story. At 5:30 in the morning on Saturday, somebody attempted to cut down the city tree. They apparently got 80% of the way through the tree. It was unclear to me whether or not they were caught in the act, but the report sort of seemed like they were when I read it. They left behind a wedge, which I'm assuming they were going to try to use to bring down the rest of the tree, and a sign. And I haven't read the text, but one of the news stations reported that it said something like, "This is not the real Christmas tree." But I don't know. It's very confusing to me. It's really, really sad to me that somebody would try to vandalize something like that and basically ruin an event and an experience for a whole community. I mean, the community of the city that we live in is very well tied together. At least my wife and I. My voice is breaking all morning this morning. Sorry. My wife and I feel like it's a pretty tight knit community, and when there's a community event like that, we really try to make sure that we're part of it and that we make a good showing of it. And especially because of that vandalism, we wanted to go out and show our support for what was going on. And I think that vandalism is it's one thing that I mean, okay, there's a lot of things that I just don't tolerate. But vandalism is one of those things that just bugs me so much. Graffiti, writing on kids' playgrounds and stuff, can't stand it when kids go and scratch words in there or write profanity in there. I mean, talking about a place for kids, and really we're gonna, I mean, it's just such a lack of respect. And I've really been wrestling with the right words to describe what it is about vandals, or what kind of characteristic it is. I mean, petty, yes. Disgusting behavior, yes. Complete lack of respect, yes. But there's some word, I think, that encapsulates all of that, and I don't know what it is. If you know what it is, or you have a theory, please put it in the comments so that I can mention it. But anyway, that was really sad. 80%, cutting a tree 80% away through the trunk spells death for the tree. There's no recovering from that, apparently. The city of the utility crew for the city was able to secure it using duct tape. Yay, duct tape. Duct tape is like the Force. It binds the universe together. Use duct tape and wire to keep it held up, but they had to take it down that night. So they are going to replant a tree, of course, in honor of the council member, and to show that we still are united as a community. So that was an interesting bit of stuff that happened over the weekend. And I didn't make a video yesterday because I was really late to the office. So that is it for me today. I hope everybody has an awesome Tuesday, and enjoy yourselves. Remember, be intentional while you are out and about doing your Christmas things. Look for ways to make somebody else's day a little bit better. Try not to go shopping when you're already stressed. Maybe make a plan before you head out, and make sure to greet people with a smile. And hey, if you're a Christian, you celebrate Christmas even, and not a practicing Christian, wish people a Merry Christmas. Nothing wrong with that. Hope everybody has an awesome day. I will see everybody tomorrow. This has been TheBigJB. Follow me on Twitter at VoiceOfTheBigJB. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Bye.